3000 gigahertz.
That's total chaos.
Exactly.
Alright guys,
And don't get me started
I'm
on
making this
UHF.
video today
Ultra high frequencies
down
are
in
getting
Stonewood.
brutalized.
And the reason I'm
Where's the
making it,
ionosphere?
I said the exact
I'll wait
same
till they're done
thing.
talking.
Look at that. I knew we'd make a good team.
It's not really a team, it's more of a me and the commander situation. No offense, it's just, that's how it's always been. Commander and Ray, saving the world, side by side.
It's cool, little robot, I get it. But you're gonna come around.
Alright, I'm down here making this video because down in Stonewood, I've noticed that people that are lower levels don't really understand some of the things that happen and why they happen. And the thing I'm talking about is having completed all of the pirate gameplay, all the challenges, and getting that little green ticket for Lake Baird treasure. But what people don't understand is how to use it. And I didn't either until a friend of mine explained it. And what that is that's something you equip as your team perk, as in your hero loadout. So when you see people that are getting the kills and treasure chests pop up and nobody can open them but the person that has it, don't take it out on that person and start destroying all of their traps and walls or whatever they build. Don't get angry at them because they're using a team perk that lets them have, you know, explosive cannonball grenades and the coconuts to eat for energy and the, what the hell is it called?
See you soon.
The wooden leg for
No.
a melee weapon. But yeah, those three things come in the chest and you get them by getting the kills. Not everyone can open them if they don't have it equipped. But don't go on and start tearing people's shit down because all you're doing is sabotaging the mission just because you're angry. I don't get that. I just did a mission a little bit ago, or retrieve the data, and these people were so angry that they couldn't open the chests and that I could, that they started sabotaging all of my traps. Well, they also started sabotaging the mission because of course they got in. All because they were angry because I was able to open something they weren't. You know, and I know that a lot of people that play are young. They are, you know, a little bit less experienced, a little bit maybe less mature. Sometimes that can even be an understatement. But if you don't have something, the way to, it's not the way, that's not the way you go about it to get information or to
Keep up the good work.
get a weapon. Like, that's another thing too. If somebody wants a weapon from someone, why would you box them in? Why would you shoot at them? Because that's not going to help your case. Just like bullying doesn't help you get what you want either. So yeah, I don't really get that with people, you know, that bully. And I've been bullied on this game. You know, I may be level 130, but
That looks like a
the
Lars to me.
bullying is still
Well,
a
what do
thing.
you think?
I
And
think
it
it's
always
a
will
bear,
be.
Lars.
Hey, it's a
You know,
state-of-the-art
I've
mobile storm
posted quite a
analysis
few
lab.
videos
And a van. Can be both.
about the bullying,
Look,
about,
I need your help. Can you hook me
I've
up with
also
a
done the
better
video of
antenna?
Leecher
I
reports.
can't go into the storm without those husks mobbing the
People that
van.
load into the map and don't do
All right, Lars,
anything.
we have an idea.
The most
I
common
prepared the
thing in
van
the lower
propulsion
maps
device.
are
Deploy when you're ready,
people only coming in here to try to trade and to try to scam. And if you're watching this and you trade with people, just stop, because eventually you will get scammed if you haven't already. No matter how nice the person seems, there are actually groups on Fortnite, and it's their job to scam. They have a clan that does the scamming. So, trading with people, no matter how nice they seem, it's not gonna get what you guys think. And especially, you know, any kind of trading, but to be more specific, you know, people do blind trades, you know, drop random stuff
Find out.
Good enough for me?
to
Add blue glow to prepare
see
for
what you can
liftoff.
get from the other person. They're setting you up. Why are you falling for it? I don't get that. But, you know, at your own risk, of course. But when you get angry and you take it out on people because somebody scammed you or because somebody has something you don't and you want it, it's like throwing a temper tantrum. You're not, you know, well, maybe you are, you know, a 4-year-old throwing a temper tantrum. If you're not, then grow up. I mean, you're playing a game. You know people don't play games like other people. I know some people are more serious about the game than others, and there's some people that just want what everybody else has. And, you know, I go into lore maps, and I do drop stuff. I do give people stuff if they don't act like that. You know, I do try to help them out. But that seems pretty irrelevant. You know, because nowadays it's getting way too hard. It's getting way too hard to have people that aren't boxing you in, that aren't shooting at you, pickaxing you. I mean, I just don't get that. Why people think pickaxing someone, shooting at them, boxing them in is going to get them a free weapon. I get that you want it, but don't try to harass for it. You know, another thing is I've heard people say, well, you're higher level, you should be down here giving us this stuff. You know, that's your job. Okay, first of all, because I'm higher level, that doesn't mean that I have to give away stuff to you guys to level up. Not saying I don't, because I do it quite often. But I had to start where everybody else started, so did every other player. So just because they're higher than you, doesn't mean you should get free handouts. So that's addressing that topic. Not like it's ever gonna matter, but, you know, I'm just speaking my mind here. Because sometimes, you know, people get fed up. And to be quite honest with you, sometimes this game can be full of shit. And the people make it that way. You know, coming on here, having fun with your friends, playing games, but some people really do come on these games just to sabotage. That is their primary goal. I know I talked about the clans that they come in with the mission to sabotage. Or I'm sorry, to scam. Well, there's other clans too. There's people that literally come in here to make you lose. They don't interact with you, but when nobody's around, they get to the bloom first. As soon as it could be shot down, they shoot it down, and then they run away. They don't put anything around it, and then they'll stand there for the rest of the map and leech if the map doesn't fail. And the same thing with that, they'll place it, they won't put anything around it, and they'll bolt. That's become a regular thing. Like, people join the matches to sabotage. I'm not talking about even just the matches in lower Stonewood, Plankerton. No, Canning, Twine. They go into these matches and they get joy from making the matches end in defeat. I don't get what joy that is. I mean, if that's your sense of humor and you find that entertaining, I think you might have bigger issues upstairs, if you know what I mean. But not everyone would agree. Just like I can't get anybody to agree to start the damn van.
Defend the van.
But, yeah. We'll see how this match goes. See if people start
Got a bonus in play.
getting angry about not being able to open the treasure chest. And how they're going to react. Because the last match, if that was any indication, they started destroying all of my traps, thus destroying the protection around the items. And that's just ridiculous if you ask me. I mean, they were playing the game normally until they couldn't open the treasure chest. And it's my fault, so they're trying to piss me off. Well, that's not going to piss me off. What's going to piss me off is losing the match. You know, I come down here to,
Sadly, no.
to do my missions. Some of my missions are Stonewood, just like everybody else. Sometimes I just come down here just to play with people that, aren't as high as others, that might be having a hard time. And I also come down here to get rid of some of my stuff that I don't need, like I have too much sturdy, I have too much malachite, stuff like that. I even give away obsidian. But I'm not going to give it away because people are jerks, because people are trying to bully people to give them shit. It's not going to happen. At least not from me anyways. I mean, if someone is trying to screw with you to get you to give them stuff, they can't hurt you. This is a video game. And that's another thing, all these people act all brave. And the reason they do it is because they're behind a screen. Nobody can get to them. Nobody. Everybody acts big and bad when they've got a screen separating them. And that's exactly what they have here. Just like the whole thing with computers. People chat and all they want to do is tear other people down. I'm not trying to give a public service announcement or anything. There's some things in the game that get to you and eventually you have enough. And this is, one of those days.
30 seconds left.
My friend that I was playing with, he was playing this morning and he went through multiple matches where, because of the whole treasure chest issue that pops up from getting kills and then not being able to open him and then destroying his stuff because they are angry. Okay, well, don't get angry. Ask questions. And if they ask and they don't answer, maybe try typing it. What's it gonna hurt? But
Bonus challenge success.
getting pissed off and trying to ruin shit because of it. I mean,
Not bad.
you're just like
I think we'll need a little more blue glow.
like a toddler.
Add blue glow
A
and get
toddler
ready
throwing
to
a damn
defend the
temper
fan.
tantrum. Grow the hell up,
Flip the
play the
switch when you're
game,
ready.
have fun. If you can't, then that's your issue. Nobody else's. And that's another thing people do. Even if you do set up the van, if there's no traps, they come and they open the walls and they run away because they think it's funny.
We've got a
So,
bonus in play.
just some food for thought. I don't get it though. They may find it funny, but doesn't that get old? That has to start getting old. I know it would for me. I mean, you could only... Yeah, everybody has that match where they just want to screw around. But... Alright, there we go with the first treasure chest. And looking at it, I now have 3 coconuts, 3 cannonball grenades, which I'm going to equip. And I'm going to open the other chest that I got. Now these are based only on my kills, not anyone else's. These do not come because of their kills. They come because of the person that has it equipped. And the only way to start getting them is by getting the kills. See? It's kind of hard to use them down in stone with, low levels like this one, because you don't have very many husks that come out compared to higher levels. But I do play with others, and another reason I do come to the lower levels and do the play with others is because it's actually one of the game's challenges. It unlocks the badge, you get the trophy, the banner, whatever. And, once you guys complete so many things, you start moving on to others. And this is what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to get my play with others wrapped up so I could have that goal accomplished and done. especially when you're waiting for more gameplay to come out. When you get to certain levels and you have no more storyline, it kind of sucks.
More firepower.
So far, no animosity over the chest, but there haven't been a lot. So it's really hard to do this with trees too. I always take the trees down in the forest. You know, a lot of times if I don't need planks and stuff like that, then I just shoot them down with my obliterator. But having this open helps with view and all that stuff, which are all the obvious things. Another thing I don't get, you know, why do people steal other people's supply drops? I know that didn't happen just now, but, you know, I get people want stuff, but I just don't get that whole run in and steal people's stuff. And another thing, you know, I don't know what really pisses me off. Well, you probably don't, but I'm gonna say it anyways. What pisses me off is people waiting until you have like high stuff like the Shadow Shard crystal, and you have it almost complete, and then they jump in and they want it.
Launch in 3, 2, 1.
So they wait and they take the last hit so they could get it.
Bonus challenge.
That
success.
does piss
Good
me
job,
off.
team.
But it looks like we did okay this
That's
round.
the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
I didn't have any aggression, so this is definitely a first, especially with
May the King of Olympus guide your
all the
journey.
crap that's been happening, you know, since yesterday. I mean, I feel so bad for my buddy with what he went through this morning with the people he's playing. He's also trying to complete his play with others challenge. It's not an easy one. That one takes forever. But sometimes it's hard to do it because the people you play with, they make or break the game for you. And if it's happening over and over again, eventually enough's enough. But anyways, that's my little calm rant for the day. It's kind of a contradiction. But I just wanted to get that out there, you know. Ask questions instead of hating on people for it and trying to sabotage shit. And if you have shit happen to you, be more aware so you know. Don't trade and get scammed. Don't feel boxed in. Don't let people do it. Just don't give them a reaction. That's it, you know. But anyways, everybody take care, and I will see you when I see you.